Hey, Shalom, Akim Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Those in this gospel brothers of the standard of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, wherever they may be. This is titled, The Lord is getting ready to remove us from the streets any day. Brother did an excellent video yesterday. Can't recall the brother's name, but I had actually shared it on my post. And the brother went into a vision or a dream he had. Said there's about 50 brothers. And basically what happened was they was like out in this like desert area or like this open space. And he said that the apostle Tahar mentioned his final goodbyes, meaning that you know, we all kind of departed and went our particular ways, because you know, he was like, well, it's been a good run, but you know, it's time for us to go our own ways now. And I know how that feel, you know, when you depart from something you've adamant about or you care about, you know, this truth. For one thing, you know, when you've put so much time in it and, you know, you depart from people, you know, you feel it. It's real bittersweet. It's kind of like, you know, you and your, you know, I could refer to you and your family breaking up, or your, you know, your kids leaving or going off to school, or, you know, your woman, you and her going separate ways or whatever, or, you know, you got a brotherhood. You know, it's bittersweet because it's just like, damn, you spend all this time with these people. You see them all the time every week, and all of a sudden now you might not see them again. So I say you got to cherish the time you have, you know, in this thing. But basically he was like, well, look, man, you know, we got to go our own ways. I remember when shutdown came 2 years ago, and our main spot we used to prophesy at down in the Westport area, we're not down there anymore. We shook the dust off that place. That place is dead. But we thought that was gonna be it. And I look back at the final count place, and you know, I was a little bittersweet about it. I was like, damn, we had a lot of great battles here, man, and we ain't, you know, this might be it. You know, we didn't know if we was gonna see brothers again or what, because we didn't know how frigid this lockdown was gonna be, you know. But it's gonna kind of be the same way, because when the Lord shuts down the ministry, which he's getting ready to do, eventually when the elect comes in fully, then the Most High is gonna close the door on this thing. Then he's gonna take us off the streets. All right, it tells you that in the book of Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, when the Most High told Ezekiel to shut himself in a house and let his tongue cleave to the roof of his mouth. That was symbolic as don't go out there and speak no more. It's a done deal. Now the judgment must come. And that's going to be the worst thing for Jake, man, when the Lord takes the prophets away. Because when he takes the prophets away, there's don't be no mercy for Jake no more. The point is like the doors of repentance is closed. You see, because while the prophets are out here, you still have time to get the word. You still have time to get the understanding, because, you know, we're out there week in and week out. And I always tell the brothers this. I said, look, it's going to come a time that one day we're not going to be out here, and a lot of people going to come searching for our camp to seek answers, man. Because believe it or not, a lot of people watch our videos, man. They watch our videos. A lot of them are bittersweet about us. They on edge. A lot of them agree with us. A lot of them just like kind of, so I'm just keeping it back in my mind just in case I may need these guys, you know, stuff like that. Because my camp videos get a lot of views, but they don't get a whole lot of likes. So that means that people are watching, but they're kind of like in between with it. They like, all right, you know, these guys, they talking, they you know, they make sense. They bringing out the precepts, but at the same time, man, they mannerisms seem a little rough. They seem a little mean, you know, which could rub people the wrong way. But see, like I tell people all the time, we're not out here to make friends. We're not out here to speak to you people nicely. I'm not out there to make friends, man. That's just what it is. What you see is what you get. Like when I believe it was when the Lord quoted, and they was going to see the prophet, you know, I believe it was John. He was like, what do you think you're supposed to see? A reed shaking in the wind? Like, what the hell you thought you was gonna see? Okay, you ain't gonna go up to the camp and you're gonna see this big sand castle and gold and silver and jewels and fountains of living gold waters pouring. No, man, you're gonna see men in rough garments speaking the word, bringing out the scriptures. That's what you're gonna see. Okay, we ain't in our glory yet. So, you know, just to end it off on that note. But this thing is getting ready to close down, that famine of the word, because there's too much information coming out about this understanding now. You got celebrities openly talking about it. You know, like this whole thing with Ye and Kyrie. I mean, that's yesterday's news. But the fact the small hats have got whiff of that. So now they got to counteract that, because they can't allow this word to go forth and to do as much damage as it did. But see, they don't have control over that. This is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's program. You see, his program. You see, this is his program. This is his doing. And when the brother had that dream, it was pretty heavy, man, because I know that feeling all too well. You know, when, you know, people depart from the camp, or they get kicked out, or, you know, brothers move, or like I say, you know, your family move, you leave your family, you and your wife break up after y'all, you know, after y'all try to break it work and y'all still got that connection and y'all got to depart. It don't always feel the best, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially when the pride is not involved, like, man, fuck this nigga, or fuck that bitch. You know what I'm saying? When the pride is not involved, then you really feel it, like, oh shit. You know, just like, you know, you got a wife or some shit, you're like, look, I got to move out of town. And you tell her, like, well, look, babe, I can't go. I got to stay here and teach. That's bittersweet, man, you know, because it's like, why you leaving? You know, why can't you just ride it out with me and wait? You know what I'm saying? And it's somewhat like with the brotherhood, you know, when brothers got to depart or get in jams and stuff, man, that shit don't feel good. It affects the body. So, long story short, man, when the Lord takes us off the streets, man, you Jakes, you got a lot to worry about. Because Proverbs say, hey, the Most High, Proverbs 1:21, it says, how long, ye simple ones, would you love simplicity? Okay? The Most High said that his hand is stretched out still. Okay? He says that you put at naught his counsel. When he spoke it to them, you shunned the word. Okay? And by speaking to you, that's really the Lord extending mercy to his people. Now, you people probably don't believe it because we're just men. You probably say, well, how can the Lord extend mercy through a bunch of guys like y'all? Well, the Lord said that he made Paul strong through his weaknesses. He says, through your weaknesses, I'm glorified, man. And the Lord would use the foolish to confound the wise. So, yeah, we may appear to be speaking a foolish thing, but overall, the Lord always dealt with the underdogs of society. He always dealt with the men that was troubled or that was ostracized, or, you know, that were just, you know, under the radar, so to speak. He dealt with men who nobody really looked at or had faith or thought to amount to anything, and that's us. Because even King David, out of his 7 brothers, King David, Jesse, he didn't consider David to be king. David was young, tender, handsome dude. He was a tiller of the sheep. They didn't think David was gonna be a king. They're like, who? He brought forth his 7 sons, and then the other one, he was like, well, what about that guy right there? And he was like, who, David? And he said, bring him forth. And the Lord dealt with David because nobody considered him. You know, the underdog. And that's ultimately the story of the nation of Israel, the underdog winning, you see? So, yeah, brothers, it's going to be, you know, it's going to get ready. It's getting heavy. It's going to be heavy out here, you know, because, hey, once the prophecy started to go, when they start to really come to pass, then, you know, the Most High is going to speed things up. Brother GMS, Prince of Power, remember now thy created in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, right? So the time to get this understanding and word is right now. You see? Getting while the getting is good. Don't wait, okay? Because if you wait, then you're just going to shoot yourself in the foot. Because out of all this understanding we could have gotten, or you could have gotten, you chose to not deal with it because the world was more important. Your jobs was important, you know, your families, you know, just what you had going on right now. You always said, I'll come back later. Nah, man, because it ain't going to be no later. Because like I say, one day we going to wake up. It's going to be a total different America. Okay, we don't know this place can fall tomorrow. You see, because the Lord said, behold, I'll come quickly and my reward is with me to give it every man according to his works. So we can't take this time for granted, man. You know, I know it seems like we got time, but in reality, we don't have time. This is a state of urgency. Just the fact that men are out there teaching and prophesying urgently and aggressively, that shows you it's time. It's time. Okay, when Noah built that ark, when he was building that ark, even though it took 120 years, the fact it was still an urgent call. Okay, because the Most High gave them ample enough time to repent and to get their lives back in order. And they chose to scoff at it because they was like, we ain't never heard of no rain. and basically saying America's gonna be destroyed to a Negro, that's unheard of, man. Now the other nations, they have some sense, because you talk to Edomite or Ishmaelite, which is an Arab, or you talk to these other nations that's into no, they can say, yeah, I can see America being destroyed in the near future. They can see that because they understand economic trends, they understand war, okay, they understand geopolitics. You see, and they're able to look and say, you know what, it's not looking too good for this place. But you tell Jake ain't trying to hear that, man. As long as they can get up and go to work and be the ultimate slave and buy a new car, you know, and work or whatever they want to do and travel freely, man, Jake ain't trying to hear that, man. Jake like, man, I ain't dealing with that fucking shit. Yeah, y'all could talk that shit, but nigga, I'm finna go. I'm going to fucking Las Vegas and gamble, nigga. What you talking about? I'm finna give me a Hellcat in tax season, nigga. You talking about America gonna be destroyed. I'm trying to ball, nigga. I ain't trying to hear this shit. That's Jake. All right, the Most High gonna ball you up too, man. Because this is a sense of urgency for you brothers out there and you few sisters that watch, and you women out there, man, that may be married to the men of the Lord or have attachment, man. This is for y'all, man. Y'all got to get y'all lives in order. Period, man. Y'all got to stop playing and get right with this thing. Even if you don't believe in it, you still got to live by a code. You still have to be modest. You still just can't run around like you've been doing. You got to change that. That's an offense, you know. But anyway, I'm going to end it there, giving all praises and glory, honor that's due to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. With that, Shalom and the Baba Ball.